Hello friends, back to another video about printing for artists, again focusing on the renovation and now printing on the Flatbed Offset proofing press here. And today's video is about adjusting the rollers. I'm fine-tuning the rollers after the first print run, which went extremely well, but I did notice a little bit of unevenness, tiny bit of unevenness when I was washing up in the ink on the rollers, and so I decided to just fine-tune the setup. Originally, when I set these up, I used these pressure strips to check that the pressure was even between the rollers and their contact points. So you can also see one over at the other end. And if those pull out with the same amount of tension, then you're good. But I wanted to fine-tune it. I skipped the step that I also did on the dampening rollers, which was also adjusting how tightly these rollers are going against this roller here above it. And that was because it was very close, and I just thought it would be fine. And it is actually pretty darn good, but I just figured, hey, why not, in the spirit of the marginal gains that I'm trying to achieve, also get a chance to learn about that. So here you can see it's very similar to how I was doing the dampening rollers before, but this is the inking roller. So over here there's 3 rubber form rollers that touch the plates. One thing I really like about this press is 1, 2, and 3, which is slightly different diameter than this one. And the book says the larger diameter one, when they're inked, you can lower these onto either a plate or the plate bed, and then you can measure the amount of pressure that they're hitting them with by looking at the width of the stripe of ink that hits. And that's a good way to tell if you're very out of adjustment. And so what you would do is, I was advised to first get that right. So that is one thing that is finished on here, and that's basically tightening. These are bolts that raise and lower the rollers. And if you loosen this this nut which holds it in place, you can raise and lower these. 1, 2, and the third one is over there. And that'll allow you to adjust your roller stripe and get them all even. So those are all even. And again, this one is a tiny bit thicker or wider than these 2. So that is all set. But now I can work on loosening these bolts here. There's one here, and there's one over there for this piece. And there's another one here, here, and here, and then this one here also, and another one there, which is you're going to be interested in. That's going to be a little bit hard to get to. That one there, sort of hidden back there. But I figure when I lower the rollers, I'll be able to get that. But this will allow me to really fine-tune everything, and so that's the next step. And according to the book, that's also the thing to do. But before I do this, I have to get these metal rollers completely level. So the book says you have to get this roller and this roller totally level, and it says also on the other end where there's gears, you can see I'm pointing to them right now, that those are supposed to be meshed properly. So I did the thing where just on Google to see how gears are supposed to be properly meshed together, and hopefully I'm doing that right. But I'm sure there's also a way to measure to get that distance absolutely perfect. I'm going to compare it to other places on the press, and then also just use Google for it. But here's the machinist level. I have already done this side. This one got totally level, and then again I loosened these bolts and brought them all so there was even tension. Let's see, even tension between this here and the form roller. So that just gets the ink just flowing more evenly across everything, and hopefully it'll just be yet another marginal gain that pushes me in the direction of getting the type of prints that I want. So I hope you found that useful. For those of you who are also working on these kind of presses, you can raise and lower these metal rollers to get them level by loosening this set screw here, and then you can turn this special bolt that has holes in the side of it, so you can put a pin in there. And I use the thinner hex wrench to be able to turn that, and you just stick that in the hole and turn until it's level. And again, you have to use the proper meshing of gears, which is what still trying to figure out exactly what that means. But yeah, so hopefully I can learn from some other people if you have comments, but that's where I'm going to go. And then again, I'm going to use the pressure strips to get that as perfect as I can. So anyway, thanks for watching.